Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. The streams never end. You get me? We're giving you guys content consistently. This is the place to be on YouTube. So make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. All you absolutely incredible, amazing legends. Please hit that like button on your way in. Please subscribe. There's already 150 people in here. We haven't even started the stream yet. So please hit the like button, subscribe. Grimsby Town slapped Manchester United. That is true. It actually happened. You get me? It's reality, guys. It's reality. They lost to Grimsby Town, known for fish and chips, according to Professor Hamza. Big up Hamza for telling me this. You get me? They're known for fish and chips. Again, I'm talking about the Isak saga again. It's just, you get me? What can I do? It's just, that's the news right now. We're going to be talking about Rodrygo staying at Real Madrid. Garnacho to Chelsea is done. Joining me, first foremost, the man in a really grim mood this morning. Man like Shik. I think Shik.
I'm doing good, man. You're right. Grim mood for sure. I have to wake up at like about 6 in the morning, and first thing I have to talk about is Manchester United. So it is pretty grim. But yeah, man. I mean, what's more to be said about this club, about everything, bro? Like, I'll start off and say this: sack this manager, bro. We gotta get this guy gone. It sucks because this is a not third game of the season, but it feels like it is pretty much the third game of the season. And I'm already saying this early now that we have to get this guy gone. Rinse and repeat every single year. Sack manager, sack manager, bring manager. New system, players not there for the system. Go sign players for system. New manager, go sign players for his system. This is just what it's been turning out to be for the past couple of seasons. But no, seriously, sack the guy. We'll talk more about the game and everything, but I mean, it's unacceptable, bro. You can't sit here and defend a manager who can't beat a fourth tier side. I was telling Hussam this. Their whole squad is worth the cost of one Diego Leon, and Diego Leon doesn't even play for us. He doesn't even play for us, and their whole squad costs one Diego Leon. So that's all I gotta really say, man. But we'll talk more about the
Yes.
game. Big up to you. Shout out to the chat. Make sure you guys are running up the
Big up.
likes, subscribing, of course, and thank you for having me on, bro.
Big up. Shameless man is here. You get me? We're going to be looking at the Liverpool Arsenal game as well. So I'll be interested to hear Mr. Daud's take on the game. How are you doing, Daud?
Very, very good. That was one of the best hate watches last night. The funny thing is, I only live 30 minutes away from Grimsby. So I don't even live that far from Grimsby, and I could hear them chanting all the way from Grimsby. And the situation with Manchester United is every year is the same thing. The way they say about Arsenal next season FC, every year is the same thing. It only takes one or two signings. That's all it takes. One or two signings to get the Man United fans riled up. They say, okay, this season we're going to do it. This season we've got new front three. And then within 2 weeks, start all over again, destroy everything, new manager. We want a brand new start from the beginning. How does it go from being optimistic 2 weeks ago with his front line, with a new lineup, with a fully fit team, playing once a week, playing against Grimsby Town, and watching Benjamin?
You can be losing. The sad part is actually probably Grimsby should have just won it in just like regular time.
Yeah.
That third goal that they scored should have counted, and they should.
I don't even think that was offside. It wasn't.
No, I don't think it was offside.
Yeah,
and the funny thing is, watching Benjamin Sesko take the 10th penalty from Manchester United, 10th penalty. There was rumours that he didn't want to join Arsenal because he was scared of being second fiddle to Kai Havertz. He didn't want that competition, and I could see it. I could see that he doesn't want to take responsibility. He doesn't want to be that guy. It's not a teenager. What is he, 22, 23?
Yeah, he ain't like young.
He's not a kid.
Yeah, he's
so we need to
he's been there. He's played Euro games before. He's done a lot of things.
Yeah,
before.
and yeah, it's funny. It's funny watching. Hopefully you beat Burnley on Saturday and you get the vibes back up, because I need Amarin to stay. I need him to stay.
At this point, it doesn't matter. They could get like Pep Guardiola, and they would just suck. To be honest with you. You want to know why Man United are in this position? Poor scouting. You want to know why this channel, alhamdulillah, is doing really well? Great scouting. You get me? That's what we're doing. I scouted this guy from LB's channel, absolutely elite. Passionate the way that he speaks about City. He had a rant after the Spurs game. He was having a go at all the players. He was sick and tired of it. He was like, I'm not going to do this again. He was there on Mo's channel on Tuesday. And today we're going to bring him here to talk as well about all things City. His link is in the description because a lot of you guys might see him for the first time. So go give him a subscribe. Man, like Jay is in the building.
Yes,
How are you doing, Jay?
yes, I'm good. I'm feeling a lot better after last night. I've been pretty much laughing my head off for the last 24 hours. So I'm feeling good now. I'm over the Spurs defeat now from the weekend after hate watching United last night. And yeah, I'm feeling good and positive again, ready for the weekend.
There's only one greater hate watch than the one yesterday. I was hate watching Zubimendi. Look what happened in that game. I was hate watching Sociedad against Lazio. It was my Zubimendi hate watch. Zubimendi got hooked at halftime. Sociedad had a player sent off and they were 3-0 down at halftime. That was the greatest hate watch ever for me. Like everything just went right. But yesterday was just special.
It was
special.
up there.
And to be honest as well, congratulations to the Grimsby players because it was unbelievable for them. Like some of them, this experience is just like unbelievable. So yeah. And finally, last but not least, he's been on Sky Sports. He's a celebrity now. You get me? MashaAllah. Let's go. Let's go. You get me? The man, the myth, the legend. Man like Ahmed is in the building. How are you doing, Ahmed?
How you doing, man? No need to be bringing that up, man. I'm all good.
Sky Sports
Listen,
Nation.
big up to
Man.
everyone.
Sky Sports Nation.
Chill out. But listen, hope you all do
Sky
well.
Sports
Hope you all have a wonderful day
Nation.
today. But yeah, man, big up to everyone that's here, of course.
You're not going to say anything about Grimsby? Everyone said something about Grimsby when they walked in.
I mean, it's been overdone at this point, bro. Like, they lost to Grimsby. I don't know, like, every time you think they go low, they can go, there's always a lower bar to meet. So at this point, man.
Man United is the one club I like
Say-
to pick when they're down. Always. It's never going to change. That's just the reality. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Every single link is in the description. Shik TV is in the description. Talk Sport in the description. It's Daud, the Bridge Nation. All the links are in the description. So please go give them a subscribe. Subscribe to this channel as well. And let's get to talking. And listen, before we get to all the transfers, before we preview Liverpool, Arsenal, all of that stuff, let's just get straight into it. Mr. Shik, brother. Like what the hell? What's going on?
Yeah, man. What the hell is going on? Seriously. Can't beat a Grimsby town side, 4th tier side after spending 200 plus million on our attack. All of them were on the pitch yesterday. Went 2-0 down. Andre Onana, having not been in goal for the past couple of weeks, decided to come on the pitch and remind everyone why he's one of the worst goalkeepers out there. Made 2 mistakes, which led to both goals. And yeah, this just screams the entire situation currently with us, at our club, just everyone from top to bottom of how things just aren't going well. They aren't improving. Like nothing, to be honest, has improved. And you can tell from the manager because he's the one who's saying it now too, that nothing's changed. He's like, I'm trying. I try to put the best team out there, this and that, all these type of things, and just nothing is changing. And I think the big problem, I've come to accept this, it's just not going to work with this guy. This system is just not sustainable. I don't think you can go on any sort of consistent run with this system. A lot of teams have opportunities with how we set up our system as well. I think our system is a little too defensive at times. But what do you need to do against Grimsby Town? Grimsby Town, I should be able to coach a win like without having any preparation. You should be able to beat a Grimsby. Your second team should be able to beat this Grimsby Town side. I'm sure all the clubs right now on the panel, their second team would probably give Grimsby Town a game. And that itself should tell you everything.
Our under-21s beat them last year for the record.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So under-21s of Manchester City beat Grimsby Town. And our first team here.
Yesterday, Hamza said something, by the way, because you're talking about coaching, and he's right. You don't even need a manager to beat Grimsby. Like,
That's
if
what I'm
I put
saying.
like you and Dawood to beat Grimsby, you should be able to do it.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
you're the manager, he's the assistant, you should be able to beat them. That's just the truth. And guys, can we stop this? By the way, everyone talking about Grimsby is not an easy team. They finished 9th in League 2. Like, where are we going with this football discourse now? We're gonna act like Grimsby is the tough side. Can we stop it? Yesterday, Man United don't need a manager. The players should deliver on the pitch regardless. Like, I don't care if Ahmed is manager. It doesn't matter. Like, you
That's what I'm
have to
saying.
beat Grimsby. It's the reality.
How are you
If
playing
we-
3 centre backs against Grimsby though?
That's what I'm. That's what I'm
like.
playing a 5.
Surely
at
you've
the
got
back
to change
away
the
at
system
Grimsby.
against Grimsby, man. It's
That's what
fucking
I'm saying.
embarrassing.
Surely, when you're 2-0 down, you're just thinking, yo, like, fuck the system, fuck everything. I need to save my job. I need to literally save everything currently at this moment, and I need to do anything in this situation to currently win. But no, it's about, I know what the players want. The players know. The players' reaction was really loud. I felt it. All this bullshit that he'd be saying in press conferences and this and that. First of all, I'm sick and tired of hearing things, bro. I need to see results. I've been hearing things since last season. This needs to change. This needs to change. I need better players. I need this. I need that. All of these things have been given to you this season. And why are we so struggling to beat sides like Grimsby? 1 game a week, they said. Imagine our 1 game a week was against Grimsby Town. Every single week we'd probably lose. So this itself should tell you our entire situation of everything currently at this club. And now we're slowly getting into a situation.
The problem is you've been there, done that with Ten Hag. You get
Yes.
Amarim, who everyone said is the guy. Like, here's the problem with the Manchester United situation. Before Ten Hag came to Man United, he was looked at as like a long-term Pep and Klopp replacement. People like rated Ten Hag really high, like, oh my God, look, he got them to semi-final, Ajax and everything. And then after that, Amarim, same thing. He was looked at as the long-term Pep replacement. Liverpool wanted him to replace Klopp. And then he comes to Man United and it just doesn't work. And it's the same thing with Mourinho, with Van Gaal, with everyone. So at this point, it can't just be a managerial thing.
Yeah, I think it's with Ten Hag. It was sort of, because I say this from time to time. I think Ten Hag, where all that went wrong was himself when he was given the tools to sign certain players and to level up the squad. Because in the first season, he did have a pretty decent season. We had a midfield of Eriksen, Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes when he was playing in the 10, and then he went out and signed Mason Mount to try to upgrade that midfield. And then look how all of that ended up turning out. He signed Erasmus Højlund. A lot of the players that we say here and try to get rid, or say here and say we want to get rid of, are players that he's put on a pedestal at this club. And that was Erik ten Hag, giving them game time, all those type of things, where to a certain extent they would just become undroppable at our club. That's him. And the thing that went wrong for him was the players that he signed, and his reluctance to change things when needed to be, and just who he was playing wherever out there. But let me be honest to you, and this is crazy for me to say, Ten Hag probably would not lose to Grimsby, and I'm just being completely honest. He probably wouldn't lose. He wouldn't.
He beat
Barnsley
7-0.
I think he would. In how he would set up the team and the system is he would still put players out there who I think would be good enough in positions that they're playing, good enough to get a win against Grimsby. Whereas I feel like with the way that Ruben Amorim sets up the system and who's playing where, it's just not.
Are you seriously blaming the manager for last night's performance?
I blame the manager for every single thing currently in this moment.
When I heard the manager after the game, his interview, he was even shocked of how bad the players were last night.
He's putting on the players, one.
Yeah, he put on the players. He even said it doesn't matter about the formation. It doesn't matter about the players on the pitch, because you had Cunha on the pitch, you had Sesko, you had Mbeumo, you had you had Kobe Mainoo, you had you had everyone on. So it wasn't really about the formation. You had a strong lineup on against a League 2 team. You could have played your second fiddle team, and you still should have expected to win that game. So I think this is more on the players' mentality, and I think the manager for this game, I can't judge the manager in this game, because any lineup that he should have put on should have beat Grimsby Town. And this kind of shows that the players still have that letting the manager down mentality of giving up when things get a bit tough. 2-0 down and they think,
just
okay,
quickly,
yeah.
bro, just quickly, bro.
Sure.
But like, again, the vast majority of the players that were here from multiple previous eras are still here. The only guy they've literally let go right now, from what I know, is Rashford. And obviously Garnacho is coming to my football club, of course, right? Those are the only 2 guys that I've left from the squad under Ten Hag, under the other manager before him, under the manager before him. So the problem that you've got is that you've still got a lot of these players And then I don't think, for me, you then got a cultural problem at the club, right? It's just the culture at the club right now, bro. It's in the gutter. It's in the gutter. Like, you need to act. And the thing is, yeah, I look at Amran, and I don't look at. He doesn't look like a guy that's gonna fix it either, because he looks broken. He looks like a broken man. Like, he's not even watching the pens. Like, there was. It looked, for me, I don't even think he's ready. Ten Hag, I'll be honest with you, when you looked at him in the second season, he looked like a broken man as well. Like, I don't know what's going on at United, but you're breaking these guys in such a way that they can't even do the job that they want to do. So
and who's going to want to go there because of that as well? Like, realistically, who's going to want to go to this like cesspit of a club when they know that they're probably going to ruin the career? Like, Amarim's probably looking at this decision now, that is the fact that he's moved from his old club where he was in the Champions League and doing all this, and now he's fucking losing to Grimsby Town in the League Cup second round. It's crazy.
But in that same conversation, I think a lot of managers would look at this situation and be like, I can probably come over to Manchester United and win and have more than 29 points in 28 games, because that's what this last manager would be leaving us with. So in terms of the scope of trying to improve things, the next manager could probably sit here and look at this situation and be like, yeah, I can surely do better than what Amarim is trying to do. But or what Amarim is currently doing at this moment. He's managed more games than he has points in the Premier League. And we're talking about one of the worst ever managers, like, ever. We're talking about Gary Neville at Valencia stats. Like, that's how bad Ruben Amorim's been at Manchester United, and we make fun of Gary Neville for that all the time.
Again, you guys were still not happy with what Ten Hag was giving you, because realistically, maybe Ten Hag is that level, right, of where he can maybe take you to top 4 every now and then. You may fall out of it, but, like, again, there's still a ceiling there because of the situation that's at the club. No?
That's why I'm just saying, like, it's leaning towards this chapter just to be closed, and I think we just need to move on. And I don't care.
Have you not seen the manager market right now? It's terrible. I'm looking at it.
We can get managers.
Xavi, Spalletti, and Thiago Motta.
I think United just need to realise that they're not a title contending or top 4 contending team anymore. I think they're always chasing more and more and more and more, aren't they? Like, going from Ole, who was consistently top 4, then to Ten Hag, who's in that 6 to 8 category with a couple of trophies, and you always were just too greedy, chasing more and more and more, and you're just not going to be at that level again anytime soon. I mean, I think you're in a never-ending cycle at the moment where you've got players at your club from previous managers on 6-year contracts, £300,000 a week, and you've invested money into Amarim now as well, who's built players to fit his system, and they're all on big contracts. And now if you get a new manager in, then he's got another job now to get rid of all the players that Amarim has brought in. Do you know what I mean? If you don't be patient with them, but again, it's a catch-22 situation, and this is why United's just rotten from the bottom to the top at the moment, because there's too much shit in the club that you can't get rid of, and no manager will be able to fix it, unfortunately.
The problem is, even managers that we all rate right now, like a Glasner. Would it shock me if Glasner comes to Man United, does really well, and then 15 months later, Shik is Glasner out? No, it wouldn't shock me. Because at this point in time, it's just a repetitive cycle. That's just the truth. Like what Jay said about Amarim staying at Lisbon in the Champions League. Like, Amarim could have probably been like, what, Bayern manager by now? Dortmund manager, something like that, where he would have had like more access to success, and like his PR would have been driven up. He would have had like, maybe, by the way, even if Arsenal sack Arteta, maybe at the end of the season, he could have been the Arsenal manager. You never know, right? But now his reputation is in the mud. Like, it's just, Amarim is done essentially now. At the top level. And yesterday's interview actually was quite sad, to be honest with you. Like, the way that he was speaking, saying like, essentially the players told me by their performance, basically saying, he said you can't change 22 players again, so he already knows like the basically the time is up. Yeah, hold that, Sky, as well. Hold that.
That's
hold that for talking shit about my club. Hold that. Anyway, so as I was saying, so here's the thing. Daud already mentioned the game this Saturday against Burnley. I think that could be Amarim's final game if he doesn't get a convincing win. I think the only way, and I'm being genuinely honest right now, I think the only way that he would get some vote of confidence by the board members is if he beats Burnley like 5-0 and it's extremely convincing. And If it's like, do you guys remember United against Southampton last season, where Diallo won it for them at the end, and Southampton
Yeah.
like 2-1 up at Old Trafford? If they have that type of performance, I think they probably still sack him even with a win. But with the Saturday game, if they don't win like unbelievably convincingly, I think he's gone. I think he's
Well,
gone. And you want to know something? I'll give you a very unpopular opinion. I actually think Southgate is not a bad idea. I'll tell you why. He will actually give you a culture reset.
Culture, yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll
actually
just
will
reset
reset
the
that.
culture.
Mhm.
One
might
thing
not
about
be the best
Southgate is,
manager,
even
but
though he
he'll-
never won
he'll
the
change
Euros,
that.
never won the World Cup, and to be fair, Southgate, I think as a manager, maybe does have a bit of like cowardice about him, but he will reset your culture. 100% he'll reset.
And
it.
that's pretty much what Arteta's done at Arsenal as well. I don't want to dog Arsenal on this as well, but even though you were kind of on the downward spiral when he took over and you've not won anything similar to Southgate with England, he still improved the culture enough for you to improve to those levels where United would realistically want to get back to. And then I know he's not got over the line with a trophy yet, but you're obviously in a lot better position than you was a couple of years ago before he taken over. And that was because Arteta does bring that good cultural side to the background of the club.
The thing that I want to say, because obviously I've seen a rebuild from a manager finishing 8th when he came literally the same time as Amorim, half a season where he really didn't want to come through half a season. He wanted to come in a full season. In his first full season, he finished 8th. If Amorim finishes 8th in his first full season, obviously he's going to get sacked. But Arteta, because he didn't get back in that window in his first full season, going through COVID, the owners were more reluctant to sack him. And then the second season, when we're actually challenging for top 4, is when they really thought, okay, this is the second full season. He's had a bit of backing. It looks like he can get Champions League football for us. But we were rock bottom like United. We were rock bottom. We were back-to-back 8th. We were finished. I didn't see Champions League football for 7 years. 7 years I didn't see Champions League football, and that was rock bottom. So Arteta, he had that. A lot of fans wanted him out. I remember losing 5-0 in his second full season to Man City away, and he was one game away from getting sacked, and that was against Nottingham Forest at home. If he didn't win that game, he would have been gone. So this kind of like reminds me of Amorim, where this Burnley game, it's you have to win this game. You have to win this game and show that you're actually making a bit of progress and get.
Oh, he's always gonna get sacked though. Sorry, he's always gonna get sacked.
Saturday.
Yeah, are we even
I don't
sure?
think
I was
he'll
gonna
get
talk
sacked.
about that too.
I was gonna.
I think
honestly,
it's
I
gonna
don't
be-
think
Yeah,
he'll
no,
get
you
sacked.
don't think
If
he
they
will?
perform the same
Look,
against Grimsby and they lose 2 or 3-0,
look how long it took for them to sack
No,
Ten Hag. I keep saying this.
exactly.
If we had beaten West Ham, it was West Ham United that we played that week. The week Ten Hag got sacked. If we had beaten West Ham United, I
Right, so, yeah.
guarantee you he stays. I guarantee you he stays.
No,
And
but
it's
wait.
the
Let me
week-
ask Ahmed the question because so Ahmed this Saturday against Burnley. You don't think they sack him?
No, I actually don't think so. I think.
So what if the game ends like 1-1? You still think he stays?
Yeah, I think
I
for
think
me,
he
I
stays
feel
too,
like
though.
if you look at, I have to look at
That's
like in the
crazy.
you have to look at precedents, right? Precedent shows me with Ten Hag, he went on a number of bad results, and then they decided to sack him, right? That's how it went with him. With Amorim, yes, he's lost to Grimsby. That's very, very bad. I know everyone can agree with that, but I feel like they probably stick to the same thing of if he goes on a 4, 5, 6 game losing streak. I think that probably will be what.
But do you not see how broken the manager was?
No, listen. I agree with you, but I think
throwing players under the bus after
Ten Hag
that
was doing
game.
that for a long while though. But Ten Hag did that for a long while, and he looked broken for quite a bit, and they still let him stay.
I think they've spent too much money on his system as well for him to sack him.
Yes.
Like,
They can't just sack him straight
You
away.
can't do
Exactly.
I don't think. Okay, not sacking him. Sorry, I think he might leave. I think he might walk.
But then he wouldn't get paid out then, would he? If that's the
He's
No, but
problem.
do you think that matters?
He can get plenty of other jobs. This is not his final job. I think he looks
I
like the
don't
type
know.
of guy because when he was getting
He'll be at
interviewed for that
Grimsby.
when he was getting interviewed for that Liverpool job, he said to them, "I'm playing this system. I'm only playing this way." And I think that's the reason why he didn't get that Liverpool job, because he's that stubborn. Because his way or no way. And if he sees that there's no progress with this team, and if he sees the next 2 or 3 games where they're not making any progress, I think he'll walk. And I think that he'll say, "Oh, this is destroying my reputation. I can't do another season where we finish bottom half of the table where I need to go." So I think he'll leave before it gets any worse. That's what I think personally.
This is interesting. I hear you guys' logic in terms of like he just might walk Saturday. Fair enough if he does. Like, you know, maybe the thing is you could tell, and I hate saying this about a Man United manager, but you could tell like Amorim is not like an asshole or a bad guy or something. Like you could tell he's just maybe he's just out of his depth. Maybe this is just like the bad step for him in his career. Maybe he should have went to coach Brighton first, or went to coach like Brentford first, where the lights aren't as bright, and maybe you aren't being watched by the whole planet. And I'll be honest, I stick by what I said. I'm not even going to change my opinion. I think Southgate's probably exactly what United need right now, because they need a culture reset.
Nasty word.
At this, I'll be honest with you, as things stand, I think Klopp would fail at United. I think Pep would fail at United. I think Ancelotti would fail at United. As things stand right now, it's just, I feel like, because we've been here before. You got Prime Mourinho, and it didn't work. Like Van Gaal after the World Cup, he did really well with the Netherlands, got to the semi-final. Then they only lose on penalties, I swear. They lost on penalties,
Argentina.
I think, to, was it
Argentina.
Germany or Germany, I think.
They lost to
right?
Argentina.
Argentina, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
they only lost on penalties to Argentina. Like, they did really well. And he still sucked at Man United. David Moyes, before coming to Man United, was at least respected. Now, we know he ain't an elite manager or anything, but at least he was respected. And he still sucked at Man United. Like, funnily, like, I remember Oli was apologizing for finishing second. Like, it's just it's crazy. And now, look at this, 2020. And here's the problem. Time flies in football. Before you know it, it's 5 years without a league title, and then 10 years without a league title, and then 12 years without a league title. Imagine, all 5 of us were sat here in 2013. And I told you guys, Liverpool will win the league before United again. Leicester will win the league before United again. City will win the league before United again. Chelsea will win it before United. Like, no one would have believed me in 2013 when Ferguson walked away. No one would have believed me, because, like, yeah, we have the players there, and this is Man United. And I just want to say something, and I'll end on this before we move on to different topics. I think one of the main causes of this Man United suffering are all these Man United pundits. Thank God I don't get Sky Sports over here. I get beIN Sports. Thank God.
Yeah, it's so
Every
shit,
time
man.
I look at
Yeah,
my
listen to
phone and I scroll through like my Twitter or whatever it is, the first thing it's like Roy Keane or Gary Neville or all this, like, this is Man United, bro. You have to get over it. Yeah, like, this is not
Not
1999.
anymore, yeah.
This is not, like, you don't have these players anymore. I don't think a single player from this team would even make the squad in 99. Never mind the team. They wouldn't even make the squad in 08-09. Darren Fletcher is a better midfielder than this whole team. Ji-Sung Park is a better midfielder than everyone on this whole team. They need to put this whole "we're Man United" thing in the bag, and they need to realize where they are, and that's why they can, bring up themselves up. It's the same thing with us. Klopp came in. We knew that shit was about to hit the fan. No one was like, we've got 18 league titles and 5 Champions Leagues. We're Liverpool Football Club. The standards are blah. It's not about that. You've got to build to get to that level, because you ain't just going to get to that level like that. So,
You know what's funny?
that's
You know
the
what's funny? Yeah, I remember, I think I saw something the other day when they were doing predictions, and Gary Neville had United in the top. And I'm just like, their own
United
pundits
in
are
the top
also
4.
setting them up for failure. Your own pundits are setting you up for failure, man. They're not even like, saving you guys like from like the actual reality of the situation, which is like, how can you be this delusional? That's what just confuses me.
Don't you think the media, because some of us live here in the UK, don't you think the media is so obsessed with Man United and everything they do, every signing, every game's like a Champions League final for them. If they draw a game, it's all over Talk Sports, all over Sky Sports. They're doing interviews, they're doing,
Forget the UK. This Saturday, I'm
Or
doing a
big clubs,
United Burnley watch along. Imagine.
Yeah, but
I know,
listen, we
it's-
know the reason why though is like, listen, whether rightly or wrongly, they are the biggest club.
They attract the most
Yeah,
fans, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
The
which is
Stop it.
crazy.
No, listen, Sam, it's true, bro. In the UK
2025. No one can claim Liverpool are smaller than Man United. Stop it.
I think it's
No,
more
what-
eyeballs watching.
It's more
like,
eyeballs,
around
it's
think-
more
the world.
yeah,
eyeballs
I
and
think he's
headlines.
saying, like,
That's the
in terms
difference.
of, like,
It's eyeballs
More
and
like
headlines,
mouths
viewership
laughing,
and-
not really.
But
you
don't
get me,
you
like,
think that's why Man United will never progress? Because they can't stay low key. They can't stay in the background and rebuild quietly. It's
No.
even Amrin was shocked when he first came, and he was doing three interviews a day. He's doing 3 interviews a day to 3 different broadcasters, and he's thinking, I've done more interviews in my first month at Man United than I did my whole career at Sporting Lisbon. So he's getting interviewed that much where
True.
United, they can't rebuild because everything they do, it's either dramatized, where it's wow, everything's all over, and you know, they can't get back from this, or Man United are back, or it's, you know, compared to other teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, where it wasn't this is Arsenal, this is Liverpool, where we could rebuild. Where
We've
people
all
wrote
seen
us
our club in the shits, by the way, but it was never this bad ever.
That's what I'm
Ever, it was
saying.
never like it was never. And by the way, I just want to make something clear. I'll end on these 2 points, then move on talk about Liverpool and the Arsenal game as well. So, like, my thing is the following. Look, everyone here has lost to like a League 2 side, a League 1 side, a Championship side. Everyone's experienced it. We lost to Plymouth last year. You get me? Stuff like this happened, but it's the manner that you lose is the problem. Grimsby dominated them from minute 0 till minute 90. That's the unacceptable part. That's the part where everyone takes a step back and goes like, what the hell? Like, how is Grimsby dominating us? Like, we took Northampton Town to penalties once. We ended up winning, but it's not like they dominated us. You know, it's not like Grimsby scored like a set piece goal and that's it. Like, they parked the bus. No, they were actually offensive, and they had, like, you know, the more dangerous chances, and they were the ones getting in behind, and they were the ones creating. They were the ones doing all that. That's why for me, yeah, exactly. That's my point, Mus. The game should have been 5-0. That's why for me it's unacceptable performance yesterday. And I just want to say a quick message to Ryan Giggs, because in 2011 he said Man United would never collapse like Liverpool. You've collapsed worse than we have, mate. You've collapsed worse than we have.
And look how much his life has collapsed since then as well.
Exactly. I watched my club with Paul
Hold that,
Konchesky, Soterios Kyriakos, Samed Yesel. I can mention names that people on the panel won't even recognize. Christian Adorjan, Nathan Eccleston. I've seen dark era at Liverpool Football Club, I promise you. We never finished 15th. We never lost to Spurs in a European final. And we've never lost to Grimsby Town the way that Man United have done. So hold that, Ryan Giggs. You scumbag. We already know why you're a scumbag off the pitch. And yeah, let's not even go there. Anyway, big up to Ahmed, who says you can't lose to Team Grimsby and be the biggest club. Bro, even if I use the Man United fans' logic, first of all, Liverpool have more trophies. So let's just put the fries in the bag. That's number one. Number two, we have the biggest revenue difference between Liverpool and Man United since football started. And the fan bases, it's not like the difference between a Man United and a Spurs. Like the fan base difference doesn't make up for the trophy difference. And guess what? Liverpool win number 21. Liverpool win number 7. So like you can't say anything. You just can't. It's over, Muhammad. Anyway, listen, big up to all of you guys. 900 people are in the building. Please do make sure you guys are liking, to make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, please like and subscribe. And a reminder, because I know you frauds will ask me after the stream, Shik TV is in the description, JTalk support in the description, it's Daud in the description, the Bridge Nation in the description. Go give every single one of them a subscribe because they've given us their time today. They're all absolutely incredible content creators. And Ahmed's been on Sky Sports. You get me? So he's a big deal. Subscribe to his channel before he becomes an even bigger deal. So like and subscribe. Let's go. So Liverpool situation. Isak update, Gahey update. I'm sure you guys have been reading all the news. It looks like more than likely those two transfers are probably going to be completed, I would say, before the end of the transfer window. The bridges, shout out to Bridge Nation, the bridges have been burned completely between Newcastle and Isak. The meeting with the owners basically went really badly. I think Steve Parish is not going to let Gahey go on a free, so he probably will join Liverpool Football Club. I think 30 million, 35 million should probably get it done. So, Daud, brother, since you come to Anfield this Sunday, before you preview the game, tell me first, what do you think of Liverpool off the pitch stuff? Isak, Gahey, do you think they happen? Do you don't think they happen? Tell me.
Isak, it looks like Newcastle yet again have not been able to get another player in Strand Larsen. They've made another bid, and Wolves have said, no chance, we're not selling him in this window. Newcastle cannot get anyone. They can't get Wissa, they can't get anyone, so there's no way they're going to sell Isak. There's no way they're going to get rid of him.
There's one more man available. There's still one more man available. There's one more man available at Chelsea. Right?
Oh, no, don't say Nicholas Jackson. Do not say Nicholas Jackson.
65 million, man. He's waiting, man.
I could see it, by the way.
How more than 55? 55.
65, man. That's 65. mate.
65.
Be
Jeez.
respectful.
Mate,
Be respectful.
fucking
I
hell.
could see it, by the way.
30 goals
I can
in 2
actually
seasons,
see it.
man. 30 goals in
Ahmed
2
ain't even
seasons.
lying. I can see it. Jackson to Newcastle. I actually see it.
Genuinely, like Chelsea's actually like holding because there's like a transfer to Bayern. I think it's a loan of obligation to Bayern that we're holding off just in case that Newcastle's Trent Larson deal.
Yeah, but Bayern want a loan, no?
It's a loan of obligation that we're trying to.
Yeah, but like loan is not good for.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're holding off the deal because like we think that Trent Larson is gonna fail. They're
Yeah.
gonna start coming to us.
That's
But
nasty.
Why the
I
hell
think
do Bayern want
Sell
Nicolas
Isak
Jackson
and
anyway?
sign Jackson.
It's so
Nasty
random.
word. Nasty word.
It's not nasty,
I
man.
think- I
Short term wise, it's gonna be good. Short term, it'll be good for them. In the short term, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with Liverpool, they're waiting, especially on Gehi as well. It's Crystal Palace were after our centre back Kibio, but now Kibio wants to go to Porto. So if Kibio went to Crystal Palace, you would have got my Gehi by now. So you're literally waiting for other clubs to make deals to get these players in, and you'll probably end up getting Gehi. But Isak, I think now with 4 days left, something like that, 4 days left. There's no way you'll be able to get him now. I think it's too late. Newcastle cannot get anyone. They just cannot get anyone, and that'll be a massive boost as well for us because watching Liverpool this season, defensively, and I think in midfield as well, where they're getting overrun in midfield, it's kind of worrying for Liverpool fans. You get that high of that dopamine feeling of winning those 2 last games, last minute, and jumping up and down. But when you calm down a little bit and objectively looking at the game and not with emotions and actually watching the game back, Liverpool do look suspect this season.
Hey, if Newcastle had a striker at weekend, they'd have been 2-0 up against Liverpool.
1,000,000%. God, I'm missing them sitters.
Yeah.
Wrong,
Oh my
wrong, guys. Let's not lie. If Newcastle
Come
had a
on now,
striker,
come
they would have beaten us. Never mind, been 2-0 up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they would have
yeah,
beaten
yeah.
them.
Would have
Yeah.
beaten
If
us.
Isak played, they would have.
That was shit right there.
But yeah, it's Liverpool conceded too many chances. Konate looking like, because he hasn't got no competition in the back, Konate is having a terrible start to the season. Gyokeres in the air isn't great defensively. You haven't got right back yet because I think Conor Bradley isn't fully fit yet. And you got Frimpong out until the end of the international break. So for us, this is the best time to face Liverpool because they haven't got the signings that they want yet. They're going through that period of gelling the players together. There's still eyes on Florian Wirtz because 2 performances. I know he didn't play poor, but for a £120 million player, you expect more from him. Is he a number 10?
Why does this price tag keep increasing? It's 100 million. He hasn't activated any add-ons yet. Daud, it's August. No addons have been activated.
Doesn't matter.
We never will either by the looks of it so far.
Okay. I'll correct myself. Florian Wirtz, £130 million player. He needs to fix up.
He increased it.
He needs to fix up and he needs to do better. But yeah, going to this game, I said last week that I'm not afraid of Man City this season. I'm not afraid of Liverpool because you guys are talking about, defensively, you need to be good defensively. You don't need to have a great defense to win the Premier League. You look at Man City on Saturday and you look at having...
Whoa, why are we catching strays here? I thought we was on Liverpool.
Having Rico Lewis at the back, having not a fully fit defense and having Trafford going from Ederson to one of the best keepers of Trafford. But we'll talk about City later on. But yeah, Liverpool, their defense isn't great this season. I'm sorry. And for us, we can get at them. We've got you guys can all agree. There's no one that can disagree in the comments. We've got the best defense in the league this season.
I need a statement from you first because Fonzie here is making good points. So after all this, you expect Arsenal to win, right? This Sunday.
1,000,000%
If you say draw, I'm gonna rage at you.
Yeah,
1,000,000%.
if you draw as well, and I hear all this next week where Arsenal go, well, it was at Anfield, so it's a good draw. Or like,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
can't
bad
say
result,
that.
Just
I
like
don't want to hear
2
that
seasons
shit
ago.
next week from
Yeah.
Arsenal fans.
So we need a statement from Daud. Are Arsenal gonna win this Sunday?
1,000,000%.
That's better.
Wow,
1,000,000%.
Chess.
All I want to say is
Mate.
every Eze.
Thank you, Fonzie.
People have been clowning. Gyokeres. Yeah, do that celebration. They've been clowning Gyokeres. Why? Because the way he moves. Because he's a bit cloggy. He doesn't move right. He's not that 6'4", lean striker that can do Cruyff turns. Bro, he's an old school striker. He knows where the back of the goal is. He knows how to score goals. And we've actually got a goal scoring front of goal. So if you give them chances that you gave to Gordon to Victor Gyokeres, you know he's taking them chances, and you know he's scored them chances.
Yeah, but we
And we've
won't
got-
though, because when we play Arsenal, we're not going to play the same way that we play Newcastle. We're obviously going to rise to the occasion, and it's at Anfield.
Yeah, and it's
You
at home.
understand?
I don't think you'll be that
Daud-
open at home.
Daud,
Yeah.
I know you don't mind me asking you this. How old are you, Daud?
27.
The last time you beat Liverpool at Anfield, you were 13. You haven't even had a mustache or a beard. You haven't even had. No one knew who Daud was. You know, now you're a celebrity on TikTok and stuff.
No.
Everyone know Daud. Before then, no one knew who you were, and you were 13 years old. Imagine that's how long ago that was.
The difference is
You want to know how long ago it was when Arsenal beat Liverpool at Anfield? I was in school. I finished school. I graduated university. I worked in the chemical engineering field, and I've been doing YouTube for 4 years. I've seen my team be shit, horrendous, really bad, and Arsenal have never beaten us at Anfield since 2012. So this confidence, like, I just don't get the confidence from Arsenal fans. Like, they're so confident that they're gonna come to Anfield and win just based off of Newcastle performance. Like, okay, first of all, let's establish something. Hold on, let's establish something. Dawood's club is the same club that actually haven't had a shot on target at St. James's Park in 2 years. They haven't had a shot on target, never mind like a goal. They actually haven't even had a shot on target at St. James's Park. Everyone here, I'm sure, had a. I think your club lost to St. James's Park. Ahmed, didn't your club lose to St. James's Park as well last year?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Thank you,
Jay's club
Jackson.
lost to St. James's Park as well. So what? We're gonna act like going to Newcastle away?
No,
is this,
no,
like,
no.
easy
The difference
fixture and
was
stuff?
no.
And
Don't
let's
do that
establish
because
something. Newcastle scored a goal from a long throw-in and another goal from a set piece.
it
So
wasn't.
can we
It,
not
it
act
wasn't
like
the goals. You know it
Newcastle
wasn't
did
the goals.
Joga
Joga
goals, set
Bonito
piece.
and destroyed us.
You know
like.
it wasn't the goals. Is having 10 men for 45 minutes. They got a red card in the first half. It wasn't they got red card in the 70th minute, 80th minute. In the first half, they got the red card. And in the second half, they were the only team before Liverpool scored the winner. They were the only team that were trying to win that game. Losing a 2-0 lead against 10 men. Against 10 men. Liverpool don't do that. Liverpool do not.
Yeah, but sometimes it's more
2-0
difficult to
lead
play
10
against
men.
10 men than
No,
it
but
is
you look
11.
at you say home performance as well against Bournemouth. Jamie Carragher even said it. He even said he knows Liverpool more than me, and he's been watching Liverpool more than me. And he said even pre-season, the way that you guys have been playing the high line and playing aggressive and playing this basketball football, it's not this. There's not this same Liverpool where it was controlled like last season. Liverpool's controlled. He wasn't
So you're
playing.
talking about us defensively, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think we're going to be as open defensively against an Arsenal? Like, do you think Slot is an idiot?
It's not slots. I think it's the players. You've got attacking mentality players. You've got Gyokeres. Gyokeres not going to sit. He's going to want to bomb forward. You're going to have.
Yeah, but you're not
Dominic
talking about the
Thomas
other
at
side
right
of the
back. He's gonna wanna
argument. We
bomb
conceded
forward.
6-3, but how many did we score? We scored 9 goals in 3 games. Not 9, actually. Wait, 4 plus 3, 7 plus. Yeah, 9 goals in 3 games. 9
Might
goals
have.
in 3 games, Dawood.
I know, but
You know, like, listen,
But
this ain't.
look at
We
the
conceded a lot
team.
of chances at Old Trafford. We don't have Mbeumo, Cunha, and the bums who lost to Grimsby. We have serious players up top, mate. I got Hugo Ekitike, you get me? I got Mohamed Salah, still scamming GA at his age, you get me? Still getting GA even at his age. And I've got Gakpo who's been scoring goals too. So that's the thing, like, Dawood, like, you're very confident, but you have to remember
Also-
it's Anfield. It's Anfield.
Arsenal aren't pulling up with their best squad either. You're missing Saka and Odegaard potentially.
Odegaard. With Eze now, Odegaard's not in.
I don't even think Odegaard's.
Also,
yeah,
you just forgot
starting
about
11.
Odegaard now. Okay, first.
We've got an upgrade. We've got an upgrade in Ebrigi Eze, who's actually a guy, a ball carrying midfielder who can score goals. That is probably Odegaard getting injured is a disadvantage to Liverpool. That's a massive disadvantage to Liverpool because Eze, we can all agree, Eze is a better
I
footballer
love
than
this.
than
This is
Odegaard.
great.
Who's going to be playing the left wing for you? Just out
I
of
just thought I might
curiosity.
give it 4 weeks before they're like, Eze is not working. We need to
Yeah,
bring
just out of
Odegaard back into
curiosity,
the lineup.
are you going to be playing Martinelli on
Surely,
Martinelli on there or no? What's
My
going on?
front three will be Martinelli, Gyokeres, Madueke, and Eze in the number 10. That will be my because Martinelli in big games, you need him in big games.
he's good in
Martinelli.
transition, isn't he, on the counter attack, isn't he, Martinelli? That's probably where he shines. So, and that's
I
where
think
Liverpool's been better.
in big games, that's the reason why we've got. This is the first time we've had this amount of squad depth. We've got the players that can play in certain games where Martinelli cannot play against low block teams. That's why they're playing against Leeds United. Martinelli will play against Liverpool, and whoever's playing that right back position will be getting pressed, will be. Martinelli has had great performances at Anfield. We've got Eze. Eze, how many times has Eze performed well at Anfield?
Trent isn't here anymore.
How many times has Eze performed at Anfield? Eze. He's cooked you guys so many times at Anfield. I've seen his last 3 performances at Anfield where he got an assist for that Zaha goal. He got another goal against Liverpool. He performs well at Anfield, Eze. We've got obviously Gyokeres now as a bagsman. He can score. He can know where the back of the goal is. We've got Zubimendi and Rice, which has had a great partnership this season. And our back line in Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori, who have performed absolutely fantastic this season. I know it's against Leeds United and Man United, but they've performed so well. And Raya, come on. Raya has, last 2 seasons, we can't all agree, he's been one of the best keepers in the Premier League in the last 2 seasons. So I'm going into this game fully confident. Confident.
United kind of cooked you though a couple of weeks ago. Like I know the result was only 1-0, but that was a pretty close game. That I come away from that thinking Arsenal looked stinky here after the United game, and look where they've just lost to fucking Grimsby last night. So that there's a couple of warning signs there, even though you have got the wins in certain games. But yeah, I don't think you guys looked great against United one bit. I thought if anything, they were probably the better side, in my opinion.
Be careful, Jay. Arsenal are scary. They beat Leeds. You beat the mighty
forgetting that
Leeds.
you're playing at Anfield too. You know, Arteta in a couple of days is going to be putting up the "You Never Walk Alone" music in Arsenal training. Like it's
I don't
going
know
to
how
happen.
my United fan that just lost against Grimsby United has got this confidence, this energy.
Hey, all I'm saying, what confidence, what energy? All I'm saying is this same team who lost to Grimsby, we still played better than you when we played you guys.
Mate, can I ask you a question though, Sam? Are you not, are you worried a bit about, Mr. Konate, bro? Because, I feel like
of course.
his head is in, I feel like his head's in Madrid, bro. You know what I mean? His head's in Madrid, but his body's in Liverpool right
100%.
now. So,
I think signing Gahey is more important than signing Isak. I stick by my opinion on that. I agree with you. I think Konate, you see, Ahmed, you see why when you talk to Liverpool fans, we're not like Arsenal fans. We don't make excuses. We call out our players when they play like shit. I think Konate has been stinky in the first 2 games. And actually, even if I go to Wembley, like he's actually been absolutely horrendous, to be honest with you. I agree with you. I think he needs to step up, though. Now, here's the thing where I'll bring trust into this. Jay probably is the only one that can relate with how successful his club has been in the last 3-4 years. You always back the player to turn up in a big moment like this. As much as Konate has been horrendous in the first 2 games, I know because Konate's played World Cup final, Champions League final, FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final. And actually, the Champions League final that we lost to Madrid, he was probably our best outfield player in that game. Like, he was unbelievable. The Konate's only issue before was fitness. Now, I think this Sunday is the type of game where he will turn up. He will perform. Like, I back him to perform more than I back him to, like, get cooked. And let's look at the profile of striker he's coming up against. Victor Gyokeres. Very fast, rapid, transition striker, but that's literally what Konate like deals with ease. So if we're talking about getting hit on the transition, Konate is probably even quicker than even Gyokeres is, and he can handle his athleticism and physicality. So I back what Konate can bring against what he can bring against Gyokeres. I think he'll be able to handle him. But if his form continues, it's going to be very difficult for me to continue to say this. I will still back the player, of course, but I have to be honest and say I think he's not been really good in the first 2-3 games. But this Sunday is a big test for him, and I think we will come through the test. We'll come through the test as a club in general, because here's the thing: when Liverpool finished 5th and we were really bad, and Arsenal were playing that sexy, amazing football, they came to Anfield and they were 2-0 up. And we ended up drawing the game 2-2. That was the bad Liverpool, by the way. And we should have won the game at the end if it wasn't for Ramsdale heroics, literally. The problem is...
It wasn't a great Arsenal team.
You're saying it wasn't a great Arsenal team, but I'll probably say that's the best football you played in the Arteta era ever.
That's true.
I know, but that doesn't win you titles. Playing sexy football does not win you titles. I think having that...
Really? Who's won the league in the last 9 years?
Is that true?
What does then under Arteta?
Who's won the league in the last 9 years then, Mr. It doesn't always win you titles? Tell me.
Watching Man City is not sexy football. That's it's like watching paint dry. They pass.
Hey, we play sexy football.
Man City pass. No, you don't. You pass for about 3 hours. You pass around for about 3 hours before you get a shot on target.
We've had some of the most entertaining teams in Premier League history. That scored
Yeah, but it's like
highest
sexy
point
football or
totals,
not, who cares?
most
They're
goals
winning.
scored. Most goals scored in a Premier League season. Like, you can't deny these things. These are
Oh,
facts.
I'd rather say.
Also, wait 1 second, Shik. It's funny no one said this. I know it's not an Arsenal fan talking about entertainment. Are you okay? Are you sure you want to go down this road?
Yeah, that's
Are you sure you want to go down this
The
road?
set
It's
piece,
not
0-0
entertainment.
Set piece
merchants,
FC.
yeah.
Yeah, set piece.
Do you
FC.
know that Arsenal football puts us all to sleep? Like, do you all know how bad it is? Like, if I can't fall asleep at night, I put on an Arsenal game and I immediately fall asleep. Like, are you gonna sit up here and act like you're this entertaining club?
I can't take this from an answer.
I did not want to say we play entertaining football.
Come on, Daud, you're better than
you
this.
said we
Come
played
on.
sexy football in that first season. We finished second. We did, but that didn't win us a title, and that's the reason why we've changed. Because
Yeah, but I'm saying even when we were 8th and finished 5th, you still couldn't beat us in Anfield, and you're so confident now. Like, you're coming to the Champions ground. You know, I think a draw is a good result.
I
for
know,
you.
I know this has been said too many times, but I think this season is different for Arsenal. We've got this season is different for us because we've got that squad depth, and I think we haven't had that squad depth in. This is the first time in 20 years, I say, we've had the best. This is the best squad depth we've ever had, where we've got Saka injured and Odegaard injured, and we're not panicking. Last season, if Saka and Odegaard got injured before this game, we'd be crying, saying, "Oh, we've got no chance against Liverpool. Who's gonna play on the right? Who's gonna play that number 10 position?" Now we've got Eze coming in. Like, you have to acting like Eze isn't a great player. Eze is one of the best players.
I don't think anyone here denied.
Don't forget
that Eze
Madueke
is
as well.
good.
Don't
I don't
forget
think
Madueke as well.
I think what you're getting confused though with is
You watched Eze against
Eze-
Chelsea first game of the season. You know how
listen.
well he played.
I'm not saying Eze is not a good player. I don't think anyone here is saying Eze is not a good player, but we also know what Arsenal can be like at times too. You know what I mean? It's not just, listen, we can have a good player, but there's also guys around him. How does he work? How does XYZ work too? You know, at Crystal Palace, he gets a lot of touches on the ball. Is that going to be the same at Arsenal? There's a lot of like moving parts before we start saying someone's going to be as effective as maybe they've been at a previous club. That's what I would probably say. But listen, at the end of the day, I think Liverpool will beat Arsenal. My personal opinion. It's only because it's Anfield. That's literally the only reason I can get.
I think it'll be a draw. 2-2, I think.
That's
Yeah, I
what
think
you
it'll
need,
be a
Jay.
draw.
That's
I
what
think
you
it'll be a
need.
draw.
That's what I
not what
hope.
you want.
And then I'll listen to all the Arsenal fans going, that's a good result away at
Yeah.
Liverpool and all this. So I'll just be like, well, this is why you never win fucking Premier League. So that's the exact reason.
Chat, let me ask all the chat a question. Who's the most boring club to watch in the out of the top 6, I'd say? That's the better question. Who's the most boring club to watch out of the top 6, chat? One word answers, please. No life stories. Just give me one word answer. I want to see where the chat's mind is at, because I can't believe it was Daud talking about City
It's
are
got to
boring.
be Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Arsenal, I'll be honest.
Barcelona fans are saying Arsenal. I think that tells you.
Yeah,
That tells you all you need to know, bro. Like, that's just... There you go.
It's just
See.
all Arsenal.
Watch. It's literally a whole Arsenal, bro. Oh, one guy says City Fairs. That's a Madrid fan, by the way. Madrid fan saying Arsenal. Look at that.
Every City game was like 3-2, 3-3 and shit last year. I don't understand. I don't get where this comes from. We can see
It's
goals. for fun.
unbelievable. The whole chat is saying Arsenal, bro.
Yeah.
And Daud's talking about
Seriously.
entertainment. You cannot claim Manchester United are boring to watch because
We
it's
didn't.
not
Yeah,
CTV.
we didn't say top
Yeah.
15. We said top 6.
Yeah.
We're not boring to watch. We just don't watch. That's what.
You guys hear what Jay just said? He said we didn't say top 15. We said top 6. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
It's
I think
true.
with Man United,
It's
it's drama in a bad way for them, but great way for us. So that's why I think there's still an entertainment element there. But yeah, fairs. Arsenal don't need to win at Anfield. Liverpool does. Do you agree with this, Dawood?
I don't think Liverpool need to win at Anfield. I just think that because we need to win at Etihad or Anfield. We haven't won, I think, in Arteta's era, either at Anfield or at Etihad. So we have to go there and win and show like a statement that we want to win the league this season. And I think Liverpool, we haven't lost against Liverpool. You talk about Arsenal haven't beaten Liverpool, but we haven't lost against Liverpool. We've beaten you guys a couple of times at the Emirates Stadium. We haven't lost to you guys in about what 4 or 5 games, something like that. So we haven't lost to you guys in a while, in a few years. So it's kind of like Liverpool haven't really beaten Arsenal compared to the other way. So going to that game, I'm fully confident. And
You've got to try and make a statement, haven't you? Compared to others.
yeah.
It's like drawing's not got you over the line in the last few seasons. So if you want your season to go in that direction, I think it's big that Arsenal.
Yeah, and I think
for
the players' mentality as well, knowing that okay, we went to the hardest ground in the Premier League and we've won there. We won at that stadium. We can go anywhere and win. So I think it's just kind of like getting that through that mental block. So I think we've got through that phase of not. Before, I think we went through a few years where we never even getting a draw against Liverpool and Man City or even United and Spurs, where it was we were constantly getting battered by these teams. So we went now to not actually losing against them a lot and winning at home, but we'll struggle to win away against, especially against Liverpool and Man City. So go in there and if we win, statement win. If we win 2-0 and keeping clean sheets, I think that gives that mental boost and thinking that, okay, this season...
I agree with you 100%. If you win at Anfield and keep a clean sheet, you're right. It gives you that mental boost and then you become favourites to win the league.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You think you can stop Liverpool from scoring as well?
This season, because okay, last season, when we went to Anfield, we went through a period where we had Mika Marino up top. We had literally no one. Everyone was injured. We couldn't win the league anymore. I was concentrating on the Champions League. The season before that, we had Zinchenko at the back. The difference between now we've got a back four where I can look at. We've got Timber now, who I don't think has played at Anfield yet. We've got Calafiori. We've got our two centre backs back. We've got a goalkeeper, and we've got Zubimendi and Rice, who can actually perform in big games. So we're going to this game where I'm fully confident. I've got no excuses. The lineup was perfect, except for Saka. The lineup was perfect. We're going into the game with fully confident after winning 5-0. We've got our striker that's now scored a couple of goals where he's not going for that goal drought. So there's literally no excuses. We have to go there through a team that now have Liverpool conceded 4 goals in 2 games. So they're not the best Liverpool right now. They're going through a transition. So I am fully confident. I've got no excuses and I've got obviously high standards for this club. So we have to go there and win. We have to win.
Does anyone else here think Arsenal will win at Anfield?
I don't think they'll win. I think they'll draw. I think they can draw though. Yeah. I think it could be like a 2-2 draw for sure.
I agree with Emmanuel, by the way. I think Emmanuel is 100% spot on. Like, I think Arsenal draw away at Anfield is a good result. That was the Ferguson equation, by the way, his whole time in the Premier League.
Oh, yeah, I would have been devastated. If we drew against...
He always said, like, draw. He used to try to draw at Highbury and win at Old Trafford. That's like the whole point of a title race. Like, you tell me right now, as a Liverpool fan, I get a draw away at the Emirates and a draw at the Etihad. I take both results, no problem. I think both results are good results. But for me, at Anfield, I'm trying to beat City and I'm trying to beat Arsenal. That's just the thing for me. So I want to win both games at Anfield and draw away from home. I think that's the successful equation for me. The problem with Arteta is he's been drawing all of them, even the Emirates ones. So yeah, except City, to be fair. You get me, they held 5 last season, but we're not going to go there.
Yeah, though. That was only last year, though. Kevin De Bruyne's still a landlord at the Emirates from all the years before that. So
true. Before that, it was Jesse Lingard. By the way, guys, we have 1,000 people in here. Can we get the likes up, you frauds? Can we get to like 300, 400 likes, please? Let's go. Everyone, please hit the like button, subscribe. We have seen this story for the past 3 years. Arsenal to win the Premier League. Come May, we are bottle jobs. Have to give it to the Arsenal fan base. Consistency, thy name is Gunnar. Eze's not played a minute, is their best. Also, Daud, by the way, some people are saying Odegaard are fit. How are you so sure that Odegaard won't play this Sunday?
I've not seen. He hasn't trained at all.
I know Saka's out, but Odegaard is not 100% out.
I know he's not 100% out, but he hasn't trained at all. And I think going to Anfield and it's going to be hectic games. Going to be, like one of those games where Liverpool are going to be aggressive against us. I don't think we should play him, and I think we should rest him for this game. Give him a rest. Play Eze, not Mateta. And that's the one in that super chat saying Eze hasn't played in a minute and he's their best. He doesn't have to play a minute knowing that how the quality of the player he is. We all know how special Eze is. We know how good on the ball he is. And with Saka out, he will be our best player on the pitch going forward, on the ball as well. So he doesn't have to really play a minute knowing that he's going to be our best player. And going into this game, Eze, and obviously, I said to you last week, we're getting players that are pushing to join Arsenal, wanted to play for Arsenal. And, it's not like reluctantly, I'm going to Arsenal because I've got no other option. They've got other options, but they actually just want to go to Arsenal and want to win trophies for Arsenal. So, yeah, I'm I'm fully confident. This is like that. Even on Saturday when we won 5-0, watching Max Dowman, watching Eze announcements, winning 5-0, Gyokeres, getting his 2 goals. I don't know why I'm laughing, bro. I think that Saturday was perfect. And then going to the Liverpool game, a full week. The Liverpool literally played 3 days ago. We've had a full week off. We've been fully rested. We've got fully fit players, and I'm fully confident in Liverpool on Sunday. And I can't wait to come back on Thursday, Hossam. And that smile that you got right now, I can't wait for that smile to drop. And I can't wait for you to send for Arne's slot and saying that he played attacking football. He didn't know what he's doing. He played naive football. And how the heck did we lose that game? I can't wait for that.
Wow.
I love that about my manager. I'd rather you want to know the difference between Arteta and Slot? Arteta wouldn't have brought on Rio Gomoa away at St. James's Park. He would have brought on a defender and said a draw is a good result. Slot don't do that. No, it's the truth. Arteta is I don't want to lose manager. Slot is I want to win manager. That's the difference. It's just the reality. You want to know who else is the same way? Pep. Pep would rather lose trying to win a game than accept a draw. I've seen Pep accept a draw once in his whole career. And that was away at Anfield when Mahrez missed the penalty at the end, where he came in a bit more defensive. Other than that, he always plays his style everywhere. And he gave credit to Liverpool, actually. Pep in an interview, he said the only other club that plays their way everywhere they go is actually Liverpool. So I'd rather go down fighting, go down swinging, and try to get the 3 points than accept a draw. And we've done that before, even with 10 men. Last year we were a man down against Fulham at Anfield. He put Gravenberg centre back and he went for the game. Like, that's the difference. Slot always goes for the kill. Stoke City fan talking about City's play style. 1 billion spent, and his biggest threat at Anfield is set pieces. No, you said 1,000,000% chance you win. You're not allowed to say you're okay with a draw, mate. Yeah, that slipped under the radar. You ain't gonna say a 1,000,000% win and then tell me a draw is okay. You cannot play this game with me, Daud. You can't play this game.
That's under the radar.
This is what they do, man. They're trying to set themselves up to say it's all right again next week.
Do you know the funny thing is, like, when
if a draw's all right, you should say it before, not say 1,000,000% win and then say a draw's all right. Come on.
Do you know? A lot of clubs would take scoring set pieces like us. I don't know why it's like frowned upon scoring set pieces, because when we scored that set piece against Fulham, that first goal, I wasn't even jumping up and down. I was just laughing, waiting for the comments on social media about set piece against Stoke City FC again. It's like now scoring goals is illegal now. You have to score. The way you have to score a goal, you have to do a rainbow flick, you have to do a Cruyff turn, and with your weak foot, you have to score top bins. And that's when the neutrals are all happy. If you score a goal where it's like even Gyokeres' first goal, he's too clungy. He doesn't look great. He's that. You can't score. You have to score a perfect goal nowadays on social media. That's how bad social media now is, because everything gets criticized. Everything is dramatized. So you can call us Stoke City FC. We'll be the first team. Stoke will be the first team to win the Premier League. So I don't mind being called Stoke City, because when we lift that trophy up in May, I'll 100% buy Stoke City top when we go to the Premier with Stoke City top. I don't mind, bro.
Who's gonna lift the trophy at the end of the set piece, coach? When you all walk up to like pick the trophy up, who's gonna be in lift the trophy like that in the middle?
It's gotta be it, man.
How many times do you think we're gonna see Nicholas Jover on Sunday? Every time there's an Arsenal corner, they just zoom into his face.
He'll be there the whole time.
More than
Arteta. He'll be there more than Arteta.
Nicholas Jover.
More than
they
Arteta.
gave their set piece coach a mural, bro, and then people get Arsenal fans get angry when we call them cringe. Like, it's just what you're cringe, bro. Where is this Eze glaze coming from? Before last season, no one would compare him to Palmer, Foden, or even Odegaard. Now Arsenal fans claim he's even better. I've had Arsenal fans telling me he's better than Wirtz, better than Palmer, better than everyone. It's just. But the same Arsenal fans claim that the reason why they didn't win the league last season is the Odegaard injury. All of a sudden, he's better than Odegaard too. It's chat. It's just the Arsenal special. Big up to you, Makanga, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Anyway, guys, big up to all of you guys who have hit 300 likes. Let's try to push to 400, 500. Big up to all of you unbelievable, incredible people for always supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys. I do want to move on, talk about Manchester City, because they take on Brighton as well, and I want to talk about the Rodrygo thing. Shik does have to leave us now though, so big up Shik. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, my guy. Woke up at 6 a.m. to talk about Grimsby Town. That's dedication. Right?
You gotta respect it.
So subscribe to Shik TV. It's in the description. Big up to you, Shik. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. bigger chance of Daud crying at the end of the season than Arsenal lifting the Premier League. Yes, sir, I tried to explain it to him, but he just didn't believe me. I tried to say to him, 1,000,000% they'll win at Anfield, by the way. 1,000,000%. If Dawood next Thursday, inshallah, we're all here happy, safe, and healthy. If he comes here and he says a draw is a good result if it ends in a draw, I'm going to cook him so bad. I'm going to act like I won. Him only, by the way, no one else. Because you can't say 1,000,000% win and then tell me draw is a good result. It just, the football don't work this way, brother. You get me? So, big up to you, Habibi Yasser. Make sure guys subscribe to Yasser TV as well. Another up-and-coming YouTuber. Appreciate all of you guys, man. So, let's move on, talk about Manchester City. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe. And Mr. J, you take on Brighton away this Sunday as well, before the Liverpool-Arsenal game. Rodrygo seems to be off now. Savinho's staying at Manchester City. How do you feel about your club right now? And what's your thoughts on your transfer activities?
Do you know what? I've become just sick of the same old conversations we've been having for the last 1-2 weeks. I've been sick of City fans like strip teasing Rodrygo, trying to get him over to the club. Like, I don't even rate him that as much as everyone else, man. And the way that some of these City fans have been acting crazy the last few weeks, begging for Rodrygo to come to the club. This guy scored 6 league goals last year, and we're treating him like he's some absolute world beater. Don't get me wrong. He probably would come in and do a decent job, but the way some of our fan base has been moving has been crazy. So I'm just happy that the rumours seem to have stopped for now. I'm exactly the same with Donnarumma as well. I don't think we have a shot-stopping issue at the club at the moment. I think we've got an issue moving forward, keeping our brand of football and our identity when it comes from playing out from the back. So I'm not all in on Donnarumma being at the club either, to be honest. I'd rather go forward with Ederson for one more year and try and integrate Trafford in to take over from next year. So, again, I'm just glad it's all done. If we was going to move for anyone, it would probably be a centre-back for me, because I think we've got if we've got an issue, it's defending in transitions with our centre-backs. I'd probably be open to trying to snatch Gay last minute if Akanji was to move out the door. Not necessarily saying it will happen, but if it was looking like he wasn't going to Liverpool, I wouldn't mind making a move there. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the squad moving forward. I think we've filled a lot of gaps from last year where we was in deep shit really in our midfield especially, and people seem to forget as well, man. The biggest transfer or signing of this season is having Rodri back for me. And once that guy's fully fit again and City start winning games, there's no better man in the world to carry us forward when he's back firing in the team.
Are you worried about Brighton this Sunday?
They've not started great, have they? They've not started as good as I thought they would. I think it's probably a game that's going to suit us, Brighton. I think they're going to come out and try and play. And I think we've been struggling recently with teams that try and absorb pressure, sit in with 11 men behind the ball, as Spurs did quite a lot last week, and then try and hit us on the counter-attack with our high line. I think Brighton will be a little bit more expansive with the football, try and pretty much play us off the park. They've got a similar style to City, haven't they? But with probably less quality across the pitch. So I can see us bouncing back at the weekend. I just think Brighton's style of play will suit us more. And I can see us scoring a few goals. Maybe 3-1. We'll probably concede, but I can see us winning relatively comfortably. But if we did lose, then there'll probably be some serious conversations, because this isn't the start that all City fans were expecting. So I think there'll be a lot of questions, not towards the manager leaving, but to changing something. Something's got to give with the style that we're playing at the moment. With, like I say, with the high line, we're far too vulnerable, getting hit on the counter attack. So I think questions will start to be getting asked even more so if we don't get a win at the weekend.
I love how Pep Linders has gone to Man City and is destroying Man City from the inside. He's saying to Man City, I've left Liverpool. I'm doing this, this high line that Barcelona do, where it's the players now for Man City. The first thing on their thing is, let's do it. Let's catch them offside before even the pass is even made. Let's catch them offside, and it's failed numerous times.
We cannot do that with Ruben Diaz and Rico Lewis in the back four. If we're going to play like that, that's why I say we need a personnel change. If it was up to me, it would be Cousinov in that back four, who's Probably
Exactly.
not as good on the ball, but he's rapid in transition,
Yeah.
getting back. So if you played him next to a John Stones or a Guardiola, who are good on the ball and can pass through the lines, I'd be more than confident carrying on with the style. But at the moment, we don't have the personnel to be playing.
By the way, that's been my problem with City, because like I've spoken to a good City mate of mine, and I was telling him that I don't understand why Kuznetsov is not playing more, A, and B.
Yeah.
Why do you not
Same.
bring in another speedy centre back or something like that to be able to make that work? Because Ruben Dias, he's not that type of centre back.
No.
You got even listen. You saw Akanji when he came on. Obviously, Akanji is a good defender, but he's old now. He's not gonna be able to do that thing either. You obviously then got Rico Lewis and everyone else that's in that back line, John Stones included, and so it's just a thing of you've got guys that can't do this job. So why are we playing the style of play? That's what confused me. Why not just drop it a bit more and maybe that just makes your life a little bit more easier?
Yeah, he either drops the system or he matches the personnel up with what he wants to do. Because at the moment he's stuck in this middle phase where he wants to play this style of football, but he still won't move away from the same old, like the toys that he used to like playing with a couple of years ago that are a bit old and rusty now. Do you know what I mean? He needs to kind of try and move away from that. And sometimes I think Pep's probably biggest downfall is like he is overly loyal to certain players. And I know that's probably a positive thing as well, but I feel like he owes them something from what they've given to us in the past. And he's got to just learn a little bit more to be able to try new things and adapt with the times. I feel.
I love how after one Premier League game, there's a lot of teams, a lot of fans did this. After one game where Ryan Cherky scored, Reinders scored, you won, was it 5-1 or something, 5-0 or something? I don't know what score it was. You won
4-0.
Yeah, you won 4-0, and everyone thought this Man City going forward, they look terrifying. And then Ryan Cherky starts that game against Spurs. Reinders had a stinker. Oscar Bob didn't play great. You had Marmoush on the left, who is he a winger? Is he a striker? Is he a number 10? What's his position? You've got so many problems to solve going forward, where after one game, I think Liverpool, Man City fans have been kind of humbled, knowing that, okay, we're not the same Man City. We haven't got a prime Kevin De Bruyne. We haven't got a prime Bernardo Silva. We haven't got a prime Gundogan anymore who can run into the box and score the goals that he used to do for Man City. And I think, especially going defensively as well, when Martin was on this, he was a City fan as well. I said to him, defensively, Man City, having Rico Lewis, who I remember there was a bit when he was 1v1 against Kudus and he just fell on the floor. He just fell on the floor.
He's not built for that, man.
Yeah, he's not built for one-on-one defending, and I think he's not a right back. He's a midfielder. You can have Rico Lewis when you've got a back line where you had before a Gvardiol, a Stones and a Diaz who were fully fit in their prime, and an Edison who was actually an 11th man, because Tottenham were clever because they knew Trafford wasn't great on the ball like Edison is.
They put it on him from the get-go, didn't they?
You can press Man City 1v1, you can get a man each, knowing that before Edison, he can ping a ball 40 yards to a player's feet, where no other goalkeeper can do that in the Premier League. And Trafford, I think he did one long ball the whole game, but going, passing from the back, and he's not confident on the ball. His decision making isn't great. That's why I think you're signing Donnarumma. But Donnarumma isn't great on the ball as well. I watched him against us. He's kind of shaky on the ball, but he's a great shot stopper. But he's shaky on the ball as well. So
that's why Man City
have got a lot of questions to answer this season, and I think a lot of teams will now have that confidence of pressing Man City because they know that Edison's not in goal. And we can actually get at this Man City team. And
Jay, do you think you've lost your fear factor just based off what Daud just said?
I wouldn't say. I mean, well, people are already saying they're not scared of us anymore, but I don't mind that. Like, do you know what? I think it's quite refreshing for the first time in 12 years maybe that I can remember, that we're actually going into a lot of games as underdogs and people writing us off, and into the season as underdogs as well. I like it. I think maybe it will go in our favour because people will come out then and try and play against us and try and attack us high up the pitch. And that's usually when City can hurt people, trying to get behind. If Haaland's got a bit more space to run in behind, if teams are having a go and we're not playing against low blocks every week, I fancy us to beat every team in the league if they play like that. So I don't mind it at all. But don't be scared of us, everyone, and see what happens.
Oh. Wow. Thing is,
having no fear factor is the best. Having no fear factor is the best thing because, that was basically us for like a good first half of the season. Because it doesn't mean it was always open for us going forward, and we just were able to just out hit teams. So hey man, that's the best thing ever. I'll be honest.
I agree, and I hope
Silly
it
me,
carries
no
on.
blocks.
Yeah.
Martin is calling the Pep Linders hiring now a sabotage job. You get me? I tried to warn you guys. I think City should just go back to being boring again. You know, the City that Daud described.
Control.
Yeah,
But
like
don't you think? Because
they actually haven't really had control like that. Like, I haven't seen them be like controlling as much as they've been before. The problem is you can't combine Pep Linders ball with Pep ball. It just doesn't work because it's polar opposites. You know, one is just like, one is like an orchestra and the other one is like heavy metal, and they just don't come with each other. Like, you can't have an orchestra.
That's why I feel like we're stuck in the middle of it now.
Yeah, you're confused.
We've got this style, but we've not got the players to match the style. So
yeah, and the high line that we're playing, as an example, with Diaz and what's his name, Stones last time. Like, you're basically expecting Diaz and Stones to be a Van Dijk and Konate, and it just doesn't work. Like, Diaz and Stones are better on the ball, better passers. But Van Dijk and Konate are more suited to playing like high line because of athleticism and physicality. And I actually agree with Jay. I think if you want to do that high line, I think the smartest thing would be to play Kusanov, because then you got that pace in behind. You got that recovery pace as well. So you got someone who can play a high line and run back and tackle and do all this. He's more of a prototypical old school center back. He's less of a passing center back, and he's more of a aggressive, I can tackle anyone type center back. And I think actually that's what City need a little bit right now. Now, it wouldn't shock me if City lose away at Brighton. No, it wouldn't shock me. Brighton's a tough away game for anyone. Are you going to the game, Jay?
I'm not going away, no, unfortunately. It's a bit of a waste from Manchester Brighton. It's a bit of a mooch, but yeah. It's one that I want to get to.
Fair.
Yeah. No, I thought it was quite a bit down from Manchester.
Yeah, it's a long way, man.
Yeah.
I think it's like 5.5 hour drive or something crazy like that.
Bloody hell.
That's mad. So yeah, that's the thing.
One thing I want to say about Pep is that I think because he knows he's got this season and probably one more season left, where he hasn't got that pressure that other managers have to win and to win the Premier League, to win the Champions League. No one's putting pressure on Pep because he's won 6 Premier League titles, he's won the treble, he's won every trophy that's possible. There's not that pressure, and I think this season isn't like kind of like experimenting, and he doesn't look like he's, especially that Tottenham game, he doesn't look like pissed off. He doesn't look like the way he was like before, obsessed with winning games. It kind of looks like, okay, I'm experimenting, I'm playing this player there, I'm experimenting this high line, what could work, what can't work. And I think now he's going through that. I'm not judging him too early, but he's got through that retirement mentality of like, okay, I'm going to be done soon anyway. I can, I don't have to win the Premier League. I've done everything. I've won 4 Premier League titles in a row. I've achieved everything. So I think that's a bonus for Arsenal Liverpool because there's not that pressure on Man City to win this season.
No one's really backing us to either. No, I've not really heard many people say that. Pundits, content creators, no one's really backing us to win the league. So I'm quite happy to be in the position we're in. And I've just told myself we lose to Spurs every year anyway. Like, this is just a write-off game for me in general. Like, no matter what position we're in or what position Spurs are in, they beat us every single year, even if they've got no players. I mean, I watched them beat us 4-0 with like Emerson Royale at centre back. Do you know what I mean? So it's just a write-off game every season. So I'm telling myself it's just the normal Spurs fixture, and we'll be back again.
And then I'll tune into Jay on its LB or on his own channel after Brighton if they draw 2-2, going like, Rant, why are we in this position?
Yeah, I'm sure I will be. Yeah.
I think City got it this Sunday. I agree with Jay as well in terms of Brighton probably suits the way that they play. So counter-attack, stuff like that. Haaland probably score goals as well. So yeah. Let me just grab these before we wrap up. Big up to Harry's Football Fallout, who says, who's best overall? Wirtz, Eze, Cherky, or Palmer?
I'll say Palmer.
Because if we're going form-wise, Palmer has the worst form out of any.
Eze's probably got the best form, to be honest.
Yeah, form-wise, Eze.
Which is weird to say, but talent-wise, I'd probably say he was probably bottom, but he's got the best form, in my opinion. But
yeah. The thing is, if we're saying you asked overall, I'd say Wirtz 1, Palmer 2, Eze 3.
1.
Yeah, he said overall, not form.
Wow, overall as well. Nah. Doing in
it probably-
Bundesliga doesn't make you the best.
I-
player,
I'd
doesn't it?
go-
Definitely
I'd go
one
Palmer
Bundesliga
personally.
player this
I think
season.
for me, yeah, I agree. I think probably be Palmer, then what?
Just about, yeah.
I think, listen, Turkey, I'm a big fan of Turkey personally, but
I think Turkey talent-wise, he's probably better than Eze. He's just not done
yeah,
it
exactly.
enough yet. And so I can't put
If
him
you
there.
say overall, I think it's fair probably to put Sharky fourth as a third.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, Sharky fourth as a third. Then you're gonna have to see. Yeah.
Yeah, Palmer.
We'll put Phil
Palmer.
Foden in there, and he's top of the list. So
Oh,
Uh,
Phil Foden, is this 2021? Come on,
he's
man.
done more than all 4 of those put together. So put some respect on that man's name. He'll be back this year as well. I'm telling you.
We'll see. Big up Smoke. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. Big up Farhan says, hello everyone. If you need to learn about football, you should be subscribing to this channel. Big up Osama. I appreciate you, Farhan. Even though you're an Arsenal fan, you get me. You're still saying this about me. So I appreciate you, brother. Big up to all of you guys. Big up to everyone who supports the channel. Big up to everyone who shows us love. Love and appreciation to all you incredible, amazing people in the chat. Thank you guys so much. I think this was a very enjoyable show. Time flew by. Make sure guys are subscribing to the channel. We're 5 subscribers away, sorry, from 58.7k. So that's our next milestone, pushing to 59k, hopefully 60k soon. So please like the video on your way out, subscribe to the channel, and go check out all the channels that of all the guys on the panel. It's Daud is in the description. Go give him a subscribe. J Talk Sport, go give him a subscribe, chat. We need Jay to get to 1k subscribers, so please go give him a subscribe right now. The Bridge Nation is in the description. Sky Sports Nation, you get me. Give him a subscribe. My guy Ahmed, you get me. Also for all the people who are watching in Africa and in Asia and all over the world, basically. I think Africa and Asia specifically. I'm going to be on TV tomorrow with Igal, Premier League Fan Zone. So make sure guys tune into that. If anyone's like in any African country or any Asian country, I think it should be on Astro Sports and on Super Sport, I think it is. So please send me a picture on Snapchat from your TV. You get me? If you're South African, anything like this. 3:30 p.m. UK time tomorrow. It's gonna be myself and Igal on the TV, inshallah. So yeah, Masa Igal winning the debate beforehand. No, he will not, Eden. Relax. Anyway, we're gonna be redirecting you over to Footy Judge Mo. He's live as well right now with Don, Jess, and talking football as well. So stay here and go over there to Judge Mo's chat. Love you all, and see you guys. By the way, 11 p.m. James Redmond, Troop Stevie, Dan Potts. One of the biggest previews on YouTube. So tune in for that as well. Peace out, chat.